Golf season begins for the two-time MVP.
Hey, Steph, how are you digesting the way this season ended?
I have no idea. This is very unfamiliar territory, obviously, with the plan, and I was not, this being the end of the season. Excuse me. Very tough way to end it with these last two games coming down to the wire and us giving it everything we had in the tank. Proud of every single person in the Oakland uniform tonight, all season. From 15 wins last year, injuries and all that, to what we made out of this year. It's pretty damn impressive. It's a very tough way to go out, and we would love to be playing on Sunday. But you can't lose sight of the big picture in terms of where people had us at the beginning of the season, what we were dealt with injuries and youth and inexperience, lineup changes all year, and we're 2 fourth quarters away from being a 7 or 8 seed, so it's weird all the way around. But we had a good little session in the locker room after the game where everybody's sick to their stomach, disappointed and frustrated that this is the end. This is how you're going out, but it's okay to pat yourself on the back for doing something that really nobody thought we could do. So I don't think there's any what's that terminology, moral victories, but this is it's weird because we're not used to this, but we're definitely proud of ourselves.
Steph, what did you feel pouring out of you as a competitor with 47 minutes tonight?
Just give yourself a chance to have another game, whatever it takes. So, especially with the way they were defending me, LA last game. Just keep grinding, keep pressing, trying to find opportunities, and they'll come back from 8 down in less than 3 minutes, and overtime, have an opportunity to win. It's all you can ask for. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm happy by any stretch because you want to get the win, but it was an amazing experience. And again, something that you take a poll at the beginning of the season, nobody thought we'd be here.
Next question is from Anthony Slater.
Yeah, Steph, I know the loss is obviously fresh, but as you look towards the offseason, I don't know if we're going to get a chance to talk to you in the coming days. What changes do you think kind of need to be made moving forward, and what path do you want this franchise to take heading into next season?
I have no idea. I'm sure Raymond Ritter will get me some time to process what just happened and talk to you guys in depth about the future. But I got nothing on that right now.
Wes Goldberg, Bay Area News Group.
Steph, for the last several weeks, you've been talking about making this season mean something. Now that it's over, do you feel like it has?
Yes and no. I would love a playoff experience and 7-game series and see how we respond to that challenge. But we got 2, I call it 3 playoff games. The last game of the season and these last 2 play-in situations. Sucks because you're down 1-2. Let's go on a run. But it's not how it's drawn up in terms of the format. And now we have 3 months to rejuvenate, retool, come back next season, whatever that means. So it's these last 3 games, including the homestand, I'll call it 9 games have been, or 8 games have been pretty awesome in terms of the sense of urgency and us understanding who we are and I mean, look, we played 8 guys for damn near 22 games. Like, we left it all out there. I can't sit here and say I'm not proud of every single guy that was a part of that, because that's hard. You can nitpick any team throughout the course of a season for not living up to expectations, but there was a lot of heart that was, shown down the stretch to even give ourselves this opportunity. So, 39 and 33, 2 playing games to try to get in, didn't go in our way. So, have to process that, but super proud of everybody.
Marcus Thompson.
Steph, you at the end of the game saw the same 2 or 3 defenders. Can you talk about like what that was like all year, seeing a full season of the concentrated defense, and maybe how that impacted your season?
Kept me sharp because I played well. Every game, knowing that you're gonna get thrown the kitchen sink at you, it's fun. It's exhausting, but it's fun. There's a challenge every night of how you're gonna get yours while also open up space for other guys, finding our rhythm offensively, and I don't think I've put together a run like that with that much attention in my career. So it was a really rewarding experience, and like I've talked about before, it all comes back to the work that you put in the off season. So the great ones figure out a way to adapt and understand what the challenge is and not complain about it, not make excuses, but just go out and hoop. And that's what I really locked in on, all season, but especially since the All-Star break. And there's some joy and fun in that because the conversation is how they're going to stop you, and you found ways to keep that question unanswered. So I appreciate that challenge, even at this point in my career, knowing everything that I've been through, this whole team's been through. So take some time off and get right back to the work this summer.
You win that way? Can this team win at the level you expect that way?
Which way?
Seeing those type of defenses?
I hope so. I mean, obviously, that should work into your favor if they want to defend, like that over the course of a season, especially in the playoffs. I wish we'd had the opportunity to show that in the series, but if I'm in the position that I'm playing the way I did all year this year, it might not look the same numbers-wise, but that aggressiveness and that attention, of course we can win that way, with the right roster. So we'll address that in the offseason.
Next question is from Nick Friedel, ESPN.com.
Steph, how much different do you guys instantly become going into next year with Clay back?
He's a part of our DNA, and he is a huge part in our championship DNA and what we're about. So, I mean, you saw him tonight. He was chirping and up on the sidelines knowing he misses that environment. So I know, again, he's going to do everything in his power to get back to 100%, knowing what he's been through the last 2 years. There's a lot of support around him to help him get there, but whatever version of him comes back is definitely a boost. And we'll patiently wait for what that looks like.
And real quickly, in case we don't get to see you for a little bit, is there any final decision right now on the Olympics?
Not yet. Obviously, everything was geared towards extending the season as far as possible. And honestly, I know there's a lot of conversation and chatter about what the logistics and the setup is and all that type of stuff. I don't know what that looks like from Team USA, so I'm trying to gather as much information and make the right decision for me at the end of the day. But
Season change that at all?
No. is still kind of a quick turnaround no matter how you look at it. Considering we've been grinding every day, every other day for the last 5 months, 6 months almost, since November.
Next question is from Logan Murdoch, The Ringer.
For the last 2 years, you guys have been, kicking the can down the road and saying, oh, well, next year we're going to be back. Next year we're looking to be back. Does it give you any solace that you will have a lot of pieces back next year, and next year will probably be, or what you want it to be, the year that you guys probably return?
I mean, you can start talking like that now based on how the outcome is tonight, but you never cheat a year or cheat a season by saying or focusing on anything but the moment. So I get that there's the 30,000-foot view of who we are as a team and what we're used to in terms of firepower and that consensus that we're who we say we are going into a season and how people view us inside the league, media, whatever. Those conversations are going to pick up now, but there's a lot of uncertainty and decisions that need to go into the summer for sure. Let's keep it real about how we become that team again, and we'll figure those things out as we go. But right now it's still fresh, this journey we've been on since November, and the guys that I've been able to suit up with, there's been a lot of growth and development. And again, from 15 wins to where we are now, it's not what we're used to, but it's a step in the right direction in terms of getting back there.